Hello guys, welcome to Selenium with CHAS training session 9. In this session, you will learn the complete study of CSS selector. In the previous session, you already learned the complete study of XPath, right? In this today's session, you can learn the details of CSS selector, how to create customized CSS selector from the web element different properties or the attribute. So CSS selector are string pattern used to identify an element based on a combination of HTML tag, ID, class and other attributes. Locating by CSS selector is the most common locating strategy of advanced Selenium user because it can access even those elements that have no ID or name or class name. CSS selector is used by browser to target specific HTML element and apply style. For web browser automation, Selenium WebDriver uses CSS selector to locate and perform an action on an object instead of applying a style. Using CSS selector to locate elements has some benefit. It's faster, it's more readable and often used more. So in case a particular web element, right, does not have ID, name, class name, or they are having the ID, name or class name, but every time ID is getting changed or name is getting changed, because in the ID or name there can be some sort of fixed component, some dynamic component. So fixed component is getting fixed and dynamic component is getting changed. So in case every time it is getting changed, you will not able to identify those ID or name, that element uniquely. So definitely you have to create either your custom XPath or CSS selector. So XPath you already get to know, but some organization uses CSS selector because they are more faster, more readable and very easy to create your own customized CSS selector. So what is the basic difference between XPath and CSS selector? Using XPath you can traverse forward direction as well as backward direction, means from the parent to child you can create the XPath and from child to parent you can create the XPath. But for CSS selector only you can go from the parent to child, but from the child to parent is not possible. CSS selector is easy to write as compared to XPath. CSS selector is faster as compared to XPath. CSS selector does not allow to create a selector based on text contents, whereas XPath allows. So suppose in case you are there is having some text, partial text, right? So with the help of text you can create an XPath, but in the CSS selector you will not able to do it. So this is the different symbol available in Selenium WebDriver to create the CSS selector. So CSS can be, so if you know the ID of the element, right, which is not varying, you can use simply the tag name has ID. If you know the class name, you can simply use the tag name dot class name. If you know some attribute and values, right, you can use tag name then third bracket attribute equal to attribute value, right? You can create the CSS selector with the start, with end, with contents and multiple symbol as well, right? So let's see how we can create the CSS selector for the simple with the simple attribute. So this is the project I have created here, Selenium WebDriver tutorial project, and this is the start point class here. So in the Visual Studio I am creating a object here for the iWebDriver interface and the Chrome driver class. I am maximizing the driver. I am navigating to the URL which is the Reddit login page. So this is the URL. Now we will try to create the CSS for the full name field, because let's try to inspect it with the F12 button here. Okay, so for the full name field, if you just try to inspect the element, right, you can see here that it is type is input, type in the tag name is input, type equal to text, name equal to name 82244, that is the part, right? But if you open that particular URL in the another web page, you would see the name is getting changed. The name part is fixed, but the other part is getting changed, right? So that you cannot identify the element with the name, because that is the fixed part, that is the dynamic part. Dynamic part can change every time. So you have to create your CSS selector with the fixed component, right? Okay. Apart from that full name, let's try to inspect the element called the mobile number. So we'll try to identify all the element one by one. So here you can see the name is there. So mobile number, and after that some component which is the numeric value which can change every time. ID is there, mobile number, right? So you can create any properties. So what is the syntax for creating the XPath? If you know some attribute, so if you can take it, right? HTML tag attribute equal to value of the attribute, right? So let's try to create. Press a Control F button here. What is the attribute tag name? Input is the tag name. Then you can give third bracket, and then you can take, right, some of the attribute. Say this is the attribute you can take here. ID equal to mobile number, right? So here I can give ID equal to mob number. You can see with this unique identifier I can able to create the XPath, right? If you can see here, only one out of one element is being displayed, right? So let's try to create the XPath for with this particular CS selector. Let's try to use this CS selector for identifying the web element. So here I can create a web element which is the mobile number field, mobile number text equal to, I will identify driver dot find element. It will be by dot CSS selector, and here I can give the value of the CS selector. Okay, and I will close with semicolon. Then it is a text box, right? I can enter some value here, dot with the help of send keys method. I can enter some numeric value. Okay, let's try to run the code and let's see whether the mobile number we are able to enter the value in the mobile number field. So here we have created the simple XPath with the help of attribute, right? So in case the ID is not there, no name is not there, still with the other attribute you need to identify the XPath. You need to create the CS selector uniquely. Here you can create multiple attribute as well. If in case you are not able to identify the element uniquely with the single attribute, you could see the page is opening and the value is getting entered in the mobile number field, right? So if my code is perfectly working fine. Okay, so it's completely working fine. Now just go to the presentation here. In case if you know the ID here, right, you can create the XPath with short form, right? So HTML has, and you can use the ID attribute. So here I already used that ID, right? So here you can directly will be creating the XPath with the help of that simple syntax. Input, then in case you know the ID, input, hash, and value of the ID. This is the simple one, right? You can see you no need to give any backend. With the help of ID you can similarly easily create the XPath. Okay, so that is the one way, right? Suppose say go to the Facebook page. If you press F12 button here, I will show you one by one. So the next one we can create the XPath with the help of class tag, right? So let's try to identify the login button, right? You can see here the class is starting with 42FT. So how we can create the XPath with the class tag? So HTML tag, then dot, and the value of the class. So in case there is a space there, so you can take the first part without space or underscore. Okay, so what is the starting with tag name is starting with button. So I will be creating button dot and press that one, right? You can see the element is identified uniquely with the class name, right? 1 of 1. So that's why you can create the CS selector in case there is class available. In case ID is available, tag name has ID. In case class is available, tag name dot class, right? In case other attribute is available, you can create tag name, then attribute, and the value of the attribute I already shown you, right? So suppose say this is the email field, right? I want to create the XPath with the name, right? So I will be creating the input. This is the input tag, and here you can give name equal to the value of the name, right? What is the name of the where for the email field is the email. So here you can type email. You can see you need to end with that one. Okay, you can see 1 out of 1 element is getting displayed. So you can create with some attribute, right? In case you want to create with multiple attributes, suppose say here ID is there, also I want to create with the text, right? You can here give uh, text equal to, sorry, type equal to text, right? Type equal to text. Okay, you can see with multiple attribute I can create the XPath. So this is the tag name, then attribute and the corresponding value, again third bracket, attribute corresponding value. So that's why I can create the XPath with multiple attribute, right? Okay, then say in case I already showing the last example, right, for the ready page. Okay, so let's go to the full name field. So here you could see the name field, right? Name is fixed, but the other numeric part is not fixed, it is dynamic. So I can create the XPath with the first part, right? So either I can go with the starts with, right? So what is the syntax for creating the XPath with start with? So HTML tag, then attribute, that sign equal to prefix of the string, right? So I can create XPath. So tag name is input here, right? And then I can use third bracket, and then I can use attribute. What is the attribute? Name, and then I can use that sign, right? Starts with, what is the start with tag? Prefix of the string. So I can use name. Okay, I need to give that one. Input, okay, attribute name equal to value. Here I need to give the equal to sign. You can see 1 out of 1 element is uniquely identified. So if I know the starting with part, so I will be using tag name, then attribute. What is the attribute? Name is the attribute. I am giving that symbol equal to and the starting part of the name, right? So I can create the XPath with that approach. Let's try to create the XPath for the web element full name, right? And let's try to enter some value here. So I'll be creating another web element. Okay, so let's try to create another web element here, which is the full name text. Name text. Here I will be changing the XPath, sorry, CS selector, which is the input name equal to name, right? And here I can enter send key called my name, right? Haradhan Pal. I can enter. And let's see. And here you need to change the variable name also. So I have created two web element here. One is the full name text I am identified with the XPath, and other was the mobile number. Okay. Now let's try to run the code and let's see whether both the field is getting identified with the help of CSS selector, whatever custom CSS selector you have created, and value is getting entered or not. Let's try to run the code. Okay, you could see some error message is there, invalid specifier. So I have whatever I have entered is not correct one. So I have to take the correct one only. Okay, here it is not the correct one. So I need to change the correct one. So by CS selector here it will be. Okay, sorry, it was not the correct one. Still error message driver.find element. CS selector, I need to end with semicolon. Okay, let's try to create once more time. Driver dot find element by dot CSS selector. Here I'll be giving the bracket and giving that one, and here I'll be simply pressing that one. Okay, now it should work. Let's press save button here. Okay, no compilation error. Let's try to run it. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, now it should work now. So Chrome driver was started successfully. It will open the driver, maximize the browser. It will identify the full name field. It is entering, the value is getting entered. Okay. So with this CSS selector, customize CSS selector, whatever you are creating, right? You can identify the element first. After that, you can enter the value and you can perform the operation whatever is required, right? But the first important thing is that you need to identify the element uniquely, right? Okay. So then you can create XPath for in the other way. Okay, let's go here. With the help of contents keyword, right? You can create the XPath. So what is the syntax for creating the with the help of contents? So you need to use the HTML tag, then attribute, then star sign, right? Here you can, instead of that sign, you can use star asterisk marks, and you can use the name. Here you can see maybe there is multiple name field is there, right? So you need to create the element uniquely. You can give third bracket, you can give one. Okay, here it is not working. So that is the reason you need to try. Suppose a mobile number field, right? I can create it, right, with the help of other one, right, which is starting with name equal to mobile number here. So instead of name here, you can give mob number, MOB. Okay, you can see with the help of mob only, you are able to uniquely identify it, right, which starts with the help of star. So similarly, if you want to with the end with, so whatever will be end with, you need to give it. Suppose the ID, you can change it here, ID will be ending with BNO, right? So that will be perfect. You can, in case it is a very big, so you can give with BNO and end with symbol, the dollar symbol you can give here, dollar symbol. You can see it is uniquely identified with 3 words only. But it should be end with, the end one. But definitely you should try always that whatever thing you are giving, that should be fixed part. In case it's dynamic part, again, you will be having trouble to identify the element uniquely, right? Next time, because the dynamic part will change and you will not able to identify it. In case you are trying to identify with ID, name, CSS or XPath, that does not matter. But whatever part you are taking, in case the starting one or the middle part or the last part, that part should be fixed one. Okay, I already show you in the last example. Suppose say in case you are having that component, right? Suppose say XX, then it is name part and it is YY. So suppose say here the name part is fixed. So I am giving 3 simple example. Okay, another one is okay. So here XX is and YY name is fixed component. XX is dynamic, YY also dynamic. So for the first case, what you can do? You can use contents which name is containing, because XX and YY part gets changed, right? So you can use content. So you will be using tag name, then attribute name. Suppose say name attribute, you can use star syntax and you can use contents part, right? So here for the second one, right? First part is fixed and the last part is dynamic, right? So you can use starts with, right? The tag name, attribute, that sign, and the start part, which is the name. And for the last one, first part is volatile, but last name is constant, right? So you can use ends with, which is dollar sign, attribute, dollar value equal to the fixed part of the last name, right? Last, end with. So that's why you can create your own customized selector. In case you are not able to uniquely identify it, you can use multiple properties, multiple attributes corresponding value, and you can create the selector, right? If you know the ID, you can simply use tag name has the value of the ID. If you know the class attribute, you can use simply tag name dot class attribute. If you know some other attribute apart from ID class name, you can use the tag name, then attribute equal to corresponding value. So that's the different way you can create your own customized selector. But you need to validate that with the selector, are you able to identify the element uniquely or not? That's the first thing. So here you could, in case you are getting only one result out of one, so it will give you the correct way. Otherwise, in case you are having multiple results, so no one can guarantee that whether your desired result, the desired element will be searched or not, after that you are able to perform the operation or not, right? So first try to create the XPath or CSS, whatever you want to create uniquely with the fixed part, not the dynamic part, and after that you can perform any kind of operation for the web element. Okay, so that's all for today's session. Thank you.